Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Well, good evening and happy Sunday, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. Yet another dense fog advisory is in effect for basically the entire area. Allen McKee technically isn't in the advisory, but everywhere in Eastern Iowa could see some dense fog at times. Visibility down to a half or quarter mile, and I think it's going to be like last night where it's not incredibly dense across the area for an hour or two at a time, but there could be some spots where, again, maybe at 5-10 minutes at a time, we see it down to a half or quarter mile. So just keep that in mind as you head out the door tonight and into the day tomorrow morning. So again, officially 9 p.m. tonight to 9 a.m. Monday morning for basically all of Eastern Iowa. But the one thing to watch for as well is there could be some patchy slick spots. Some freezing fog is expected or could be expected due to the fact that temperatures will dip below freezing. And then some of that could stick to the roads, especially in roads that are less traveled, side roads or untreated roads. One thing that's going to help us at least later tomorrow is there's going to be a shift from the northwest to the southwest, and the southwest has a little bit more of drier air. So I think that'll help thin out the fog a little bit and help lift it, as well as winds picking up during the day tomorrow around 10 to 15 miles per hour. But overnight tonight, really only about 5 to 10, so that'll let that fog settle in and thicken as we head into the overnight hours. Now, future track visibility, it can be a little bit tricky to exactly forecast what the visibility will be, but in general, it's more as to take of general, I'd say, guidances. So by 10 o'clock, we could see some areas dip to a couple miles visibility, and at this point, it's not horrible, but late overnight, once you get down below a mile, that's when things can get pretty tricky. Again, especially if it's that thick, that's where we could see some of that freezing fog. So 7 a.m. Monday morning, again, we're seeing 2 miles, maybe a couple spots at 3/4 of a mile. If that continues, again, that could be making for a little bit of a tricky Monday morning commute, so just be cautious as you're driving Monday morning. Then that'll lift a little bit, but I do think some fog could still be lingering during the day on Monday, as well as the fact is that we'll see those low clouds really stick around, because I don't think that southwest wind's going to be enough to get rid of the cloud cover. You'll see that here in future track. So those temperatures, as I mentioned, is expected to dip below freezing depending on when that fog initially forms. If the fog forms right at freezing, it could stick around that range and keep temperatures more in the low 30s, but if it takes a couple hours before it to thicken, and that's where we could see it into the upper 20s like future track is showing here. So again, 7 a.m., those temperatures in the upper 20s, and then through the day tomorrow, and that cloud cover is really sticking around. Maybe a little bit of drizzle during the day Monday, but again, not expecting anything to accumulate. There is a slight chance of maybe a few sprinkles Monday night as a weak front moves through. Not expecting much accumulation. It should stay above freezing as rain. And then 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, more cloud cover and another mostly cloudy day as we head closer to the start of February. So in terms of low temperatures, as I mentioned, mid to upper 20s, mostly cloudy skies with areas of dense fog and that light southwest wind about 5 miles per hour. Then for tomorrow, with the cloud cover, I still expect this to warm up with that southwest wind, highs in the upper 30s and low 40s, anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees above normal. A little bit of sunshine possible, but I still think we'll be mostly cloudy. Your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. So Tuesday, we'll have northwest flow, so that'll cool us down a couple degrees. Wednesday, back to more southwest flow, and I think a little bit stronger southwest flow to potentially shoot us into the mid-40s with more sunshine. The start of February, low 40s for highs, a little bit of cloud cover, but look at this, very dry for the first week of February and very mild with all those high temperatures in at least the low 40s.